What up, everybody? It's your boy, Mark Howard. And it's that time. You know what we do. We talk Cowboys here. So we winded down last week of preseason. Game is Saturday against the New Orleans Saints. And that's just going to be typically before back in the day, if you're old school like me. But if you're younger, typically when it was four preseason games. But still, no, the last preseason game was a bit of a dress rehearsal for the starters. The third game would be the game where the starters would probably play. Second or third game, the starters would play probably a half. Starting quarterback, running back, they play a half just to get in rhythm. And then the fourth game would be like the first drive. Maybe two, depending upon, they went 4 and out or something like that was the first pass, turnover, first play turnover. They want to at least get 4 or 5 plays in and then get the starters out and then let the rest go and you figure out your roster. Now it's just like, you're going to get an indication as to who's probably on the roster and the people that are fighting for the last few spots. Maybe spots on the roster and also being invited back for practice, to the practice squad, that is. So it's going to be very interesting. After, I think maybe over the weekend or whatever the case may be, before they get the cut downs going, maybe Monday, either no later than Monday, we can get into about who will make the roster for which position, how many players are they going to keep in these positions. Because the big thing right now, which I'm going to get into a bit, is the wide receivers and how many of those are going to get kept. But let me say this to you. Here's the good thing. And again, it's just preseason. It really is just preseason. This is not me trying to calm it down. No, honestly, be real. It's preseason. Preseason tells us certain things. It doesn't tell us how we're going to be in the season. It pretty much tells you what guys are doing what for the team, mostly, But we're learning a lot. We're learning a lot. We have a nice dilemma. We got a lot of people to really think about and make it really hard to say who we going to keep or who we not going to keep. Here's so far as what I learned. Because earlier I said, and I'm going to check myself, because I said I wasn't happy with the depth of the defensive line. I'm going to correct that. Jay Toya looks like he's come along doing his role. LJ. The draft pick we got from Alabama, and I'm just terrible with names. Do that, forgive me, guys. But he's doing well. Because he was a run stopper, and now he's turned in, at least regardless of who he's going against who he put it to go against. He's showing good technique to be a good pass rusher, a quality pass rusher. When you can do multiple things, I think this all goes down to the coaching. Guys, it ain't about us winning games. I've said it before. We had Super Bowl teams that lost every preseason game. I mean, lost them. Not blowouts, but just like they weren't going to win that game. Some of them, they might have been close, and the third string just looked better than our third string guys who weren't going to make the team. And, but we going to win a Super Bowl. We're going to be a competitive team. So I don't trip off of that. I kind of think of it as an omen. But what you're seeing right now is our twos starting, looking good against the other twos. Didn't look great in the beginning on the offensive line against Seattle, but since then they've tightened it up a bit. And as the game goes on, it gets better and better because then our threes against their threes and even, dare I say, fours are looking better at the end there. Potential practice squad guys, And this just shows some depth. It shows not only just depth in the talent, but it's not as much depth as we want to think. The credit goes to the coaching. That credit goes to the coaching. The coaches have them understanding their jobs and their roles and responsibilities. And they're handling it. I can see with Christian Parker and especially Coach Shoddy, those guys are fired up to play. They love playing with each other. Look, I'm going to tell you this. Shy Ass Peter's not going to make the roster more than likely. I kind of hope he does. He's a nice story. I like him. I'm part Native American. I don't know if I'm Navajo, but part Native American, so I pull for him. He's the first one. I think in time, he eventually will be on a roster, maybe, hopefully our roster. But I'm going to tell you, head up against the levels of players he's going against, he is solid. He is solid. Definitely looking better than, and I can't even say his name, the tackle that we drafted. Whew. So, Shy Pete, continue to work. He may get some run this year during the season because there's always going to be injuries, unfortunately, but that's part of the deal. But next year, I'm going to look at him to see if he's moving closer and closer because he's a focused young man. He's a focused young man. He's tempered in what he says and how he acts and what he does. I don't think he can talk, but he's not looking at it. He's about action. You can see him on the field. He's about that action, and I love it. And that's a microcosm to what I see on this roster, and that is brought on by the coaching. What the coaching has required from these players, and they have responded. And I'm gonna get to it because we're down to the last couple of positions that I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over the DBs. I was gonna do receivers, but I'm gonna do DBs. So we got a lot of DBs, and we got a lot of questions. We got a few people that you can look at, veterans and young players at safety, guys who can do a little bit of both. Right, Caleb Downs comes in being a safety, but he's going to primarily play that nickel, which really doesn't put him in a cornerback situation, although he may go over there. Again, they like multiples, versatility. You see him in practice. He's working up against CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and he's hanging, not only just from the slot, but at the boundary. But at the safety spot, for the first time, and I could almost want to be in tears. I'm kind of stuffy looking because I got my allergies acted up this morning. Had the fan closed and must have blew some dust, whatever. But we got safeties. We got real safeties. Thompson come in after the injury. Just you saw him come in and say, yeah. In case you didn't think I had it like that, because people were talking about, well, if he was so good, why did the Cardinals let him go? Cardinals don't need him. He don't need the Cardinals. He ain't going nowhere with them. So they want to get a little younger. He's a veteran. They didn't know they were going to get Caleb Downs, so they wanted to improve their situation at safety. And they had to. Poor Donovan Wilson. Well, I like Donovan Wilson. I think he's a gamer, just not a cover guy. And you had to be able to cover. Just giving up way too much booty deep. Giving up deep booty. I'm sorry. I had to go there. Wanya Thomas is someone I like, but I know it's going to be tough. Elijah Clark. Reddy Stewart. Reddy Stewart I like because he's multiple. He actually could be a corner on the like Downs. He could play some corner in a pinch on the edge, at the boundary. Also playing in that nickel, and also be a safety. He comes up and he hits. One I haven't seen is PJ Locke, and I was wondering, will they keep him? All signs show that he will be kept. I just haven't seen him, and you're seeing all these other guys. The other guys, James Wood. So James Wood to me is like what we're seeing in the receiver, Cameron. What we're seeing in even the tight end, Michael Trigg. What we're seeing in the running back, the third running back, Agbania. You're looking at a guy, when he comes in, he plays. He can ball. He's experienced. He played at East Carolina with Siobhan Revel, rather. Man, I need to learn his name. Anyway. Siobhan Revel. Jeez. Forgive me, guys, on these names. I'm sorry. But they play together East Carolina. They know each other. They're real cool. It's almost like I'd almost want to keep him just to keep Revel happy. But it doesn't need that. Corners. I think they'll go with Kobe Durant to start because he's a veteran. You go with the veterans. Go with the veterans. This isn't Revel's rookie season, but it's really his first full season healthy and be able to go through training camp. Learn the job. He probably will be in there a whole lot like a starter this season. It's going to rotate. injuries, whatever. It's just the defensive schemes, nickels, dime packages. He's got to get his hands out the way because he's definitely handsy, very, very handsy, too handsy. But we're deep in players to pick within themselves. But again, we have to see what they'll actually do. You see, Kyer Elam looked good in preseason. Wasn't shit in the season. Terrible. So we can't fall, take an old line. We can't fall for the banana in the tailpipe with some of these guys. Wood has been solid though. Wood is like the Malik Davis of football. Not been on our team, but just other. It's like, what does he need to show? He shows improved, man. He shows he can play. It's just a numbers game. It's guys he brought in. I think Kalen Carson, he's a special team guy, but I wouldn't keep him just for special teams. These other guys going to play the special team. I'm about to give up a touchdown. I know I said that. I'm about to give up a touchdown to keep the right corners because you're gonna give up more touchdowns in the offense. And we got to put Kalen Carson in. Keep him on the practice squad, train him up, and get him better. See what he can do. But there's a lot of decisions to be made with the DBs. They're tough. They come up. They make hits. Their coverage is good. They're still learning. They're playing vanilla coverages. So the starters and people like that are going to learn and know what to do when they start really putting in their schemes and having their disguises and things like that. Blitz packages and whatnot. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting here, We'll see. Tomorrow we'll cover the receivers. I'm covering receivers and quarterbacks tomorrow because the quarterbacks are pretty much easy to talk about. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. This is episode 99. 99. Episode 99 on that LA Transit line. I just came off the subway. If my train falls off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. As some people say, smash that like button. Subscribe, please. Share it. Get some other people to subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you guys showing love and commenting. And tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about who you like in these DB packages, in these DB squad, man. Are we that deep, or is it just we got a lot of people and we just need to just go with the starters and not fall for the banana in the tailpipe? Y'all have a good night, man. Peace.